Greetings, YouTubers. Let's go over some more examples, as I've done in previous videos, of how the left in this country, the open borders activists, and the globalists pander to illegal immigrants and make fools of themselves. Hopefully those of you who have not written your senators and congressmen opposing amnesty for illegal immigration will do so because of this. Arizona's immigration law was the opening we need to hold all politicians accountable. Ask them all if they support that law or not. Let's get started. First, it's great news that according to a recent Quinnipiac poll, 2/3 of Americans want stricter immigration laws. 51% support Arizona's new law combating illegal immigration, and 31% are morons and oppose it. Odds are they've never had an illegal alien rape their daughter or hit their family driving drunk. And again, we'll have all the relevant links under the video, contrary to a lot of liberals out there who just put something, go to so-and-so's channel or whatever. Next story. There are plenty of states and schools rolling out the welcome mat for illegals, such as New York City College of Technology in Brooklyn. They've launched a free pilot program, this should get your blood boiling, that aims to get Mexican restaurant workers to go back to school even if they're undocumented. What does the school think gives them permission to use taxpayer dollars from New York residents for this? Don't they get a say? Where's the liberal outrage? If one of those illegals brought a Bible to school, then there would be hell to pay. Next story. To shield criminally convicted immigrants, and there's my cat wanting attention. To shield criminally convicted immigrants from deportation, the governor of New York has created a special pardon panel to forgive individuals of state crimes, other than entering illegally, of course, that under federal law require expulsion from the U.S. Governor David Paterson claims that he created the first of its kind initiative because federal immigration laws, particularly those involving deportation, are extremely inflexible, and he simply wanted to, quote, soften the blow, unquote, for deserving individuals caught in their web. The new 5-member panel of idiots, which has ignited a hostile confrontation with federal authorities, imagine that, will assist the governor in reviewing the pardon applications of convicted immigrants in the Empire State who are facing extraction from the U.S. Individuals who have shown extensive efforts toward rehabilitation will likely get pardoned despite the fact that they entered illegally. Patterson said at a press conference announcing his plan this week, it was some time ago, not all violent criminals will be forgiven, the Democrat governor assures. The panel will only recommend pardons for individuals who have contributed as New Yorkers. This will help preserve the wealth. Enough of that crap. Under federal laws passed in 1996, immigrants, even those living in the U.S. legally, are subject to mandatory deportation after criminal convictions, including misdemeanor drug possession. And for the record, I don't think drugs should be illegal. If you want to be an idiot and use them, go ahead. Then we have Princeton and Trenton, New Jersey, offering illegals ID cards. Princeton and Trenton offer official photo ID cards for immigrants who otherwise can't obtain them because they're in the U.S. illegally. Oh, imagine that. In both areas, police and county prosecutors firmly endorse the program, which has the ardent support of virtually all globalists, all local public and elected officials. The Trenton Community ID card is accepted by all local and county law enforcement agencies, public schools, taxpayer-funded public health facilities, taxpayer-funded city parks, taxpayer-funded and swimming pools, taxpayer-funded and some banks and private businesses who like to employ illegals for nothing. I added that. Not all will accept the card initially, according to a warning attached to a colorful brochure touting the card. It also features a hotline to report difficulties that may arise if a law enforcement agent rejects the card's validity. This is ridiculous. New Jersey has long offered illegals sanctuary, and there's a statewide effort to give them special rights and privileges. Last year, a blue ribbon advisory panel created by the former governor Corzine to integrate the state's 400,000 illegals recommended issuing driver privilege cards and discounted college tuition to undocumented immigrants that your kid couldn't get if they wanted to go out of state. It's all free. Doesn't cost anybody anything. It's all free. Next story, the San Francisco Board of Supervisors wants immigrants who don't have voting rights to cast ballots in school board elections if their children attend public schools in the Northern California county. The president of the county's Board of Supervisors, David Chu, introduced the legislation this week. That was some time ago. It's still illegal for all non-U.S. citizens to vote in federal or statewide elections, though a handful of jurisdictions around the country have bucked the trend, passing measures to allow it in local contests. So screw you, those who are here legally. They include municipalities in Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, and New York. Under the 1996 Illegal Immigration Reform and Immigrant Responsibility Act, federal authorities can deport an alien who falsely claims to be a citizen in order to vote. So they want them to vote too. They're voting. Yeah. This should piss you off. In a highly publicized effort to reassure, next story, in a highly publicized effort to reassure its substantial illegal alien population, a U.S. city has actually passed an ordinance guaranteeing it won't follow in Arizona's footsteps by enacting laws to curb illegal immigration. Lawmakers in Madison, Wisconsin unanimously passed the resolution this week because minorities in the area feel that Arizona's law will cause a backlash all the way to the Badger State. Well, that would be terrible. President Obama has ordered his Justice Department to fight the Arizona law, which he believes is racist and unconstitutional. Officials in Madison couldn't agree more, and they want illegal aliens in their beloved city to feel safe, to get taxpayer-funded benefits for nothing. Besides vowing to oppose any measure that encourages discrimination based on race, their resolution asks law enforcement officials not to target immigrants and county jail officials, not to deport booked illegal aliens to federal authorities. So if you catch somebody, you know they're here illegally, let them go. That's what they're saying. Next story. Oh, Wisconsin wants to... They tried giving them driver's licenses too. Next story. The LA Unified School District School Board wants all public school students in the city to be taught that Arizona's new illegal immigration law is un-American. There's a good use of taxpayer dollars. The school board president made the announcement Tuesday night after the district's Board of Education passed a resolution to oppose the controversial law. About 73% of the students in the school district are Latino. Next story. Arizona's illegal immigrant population is costing the state's taxpayers, I'm having trouble today speaking, even more than once thought, a whopping $2.7 billion in 2009. Remember, it's all free, though, according to researchers at the Federation for American Immigration Reform. $2.7 billion in 2009. Next story. During the last Congress, Representative Lamar Smith, Republican, Texas, asked the Social Security Administration to calculate the value in today's dollars of the payroll taxes paid by typical illegal immigrants and their employers, as well as the value of their retirement benefits should they receive amnesty. And what would it be? A staggering $500 billion on a program that's already headed for bankruptcy. The Federation for American Immigration Reform has estimated that the total cost of K-12 education for illegal immigrant minors and U.S. children born of illegals is nearly $29 billion a year. And then there's the health care costs. That could increase Hussein Obama universal health care by over $30 billion. Next story, and final story. A universal children's health insurance program created by Illinois' corrupt former governor Blagojevich is covering mostly illegal immigrants and costing taxpayers tens of millions of dollars amid a perplexing $13 billion state budget deficit. About 75% of the children enrolled in All Kids Health Care program, also known as Kid Care in Illinois, it's their version of SHIP, are illegal aliens, and the annual cost of covering them is nearly $55 million, according to a state audit of the 5-year-old insurance program. The findings, issued recently by the Illinois State Auditor General, are detailed in a 14-page report that's been largely ignored by the antique media. So if that doesn't get your blood boiling, folks, nothing will. They're absolute pandering. It is beyond belief. If you've entered this country illegally, you're gone, as far as I'm concerned. It is a crime. It should be a felony. So get on the stick while you can. Remember, we stopped amnesty in 2006 and 2007 with a president that supported it, a Congress that mostly supported it, and an idiot like Karl Rove who also supported it, and we stopped it because you people stood up and said no. You need to do it again. Have a nice day, and don't thank me now.